Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We here at the channel are continuing in our series of videos with respect to education, information, inspiration, guidance, advice, and we're still on the first chapter of Deuteronomy, and Moses is addressing the people, and my eye is falling on very interesting verses that, again, are hitting me in ways that I've never done so before. And one is in verse 14, where Moses, speaking to the Jewish people, said, "You, the Jewish people, answered me and said, the thing that you propose to do is good." In other words, dividing responsibility, and there was such a burden on him. He was alone, as we mentioned in a previous video. And what he's suggesting, he suggests something, and the people are saying, "Great, good idea." Rashi has a very interesting interpretation of this, the way he brings this down. He says that, he explains Moses' critique in the following manner. This is Moses saying, you agreeing was not necessarily a good thing. He says, "You decided the matter to your benefit without considering that you were being disrespectful. You should have responded to the suggestion about instituting sub-leadership by saying, 'Our teacher, Moses, from whom is it more appropriate to learn, you or your students? Is it not better to learn from you because you suffered over the Torah?'" It's a very interesting choice of word, "you suffered over the Torah." It seems to be superfluous, but we're going to get to it later. It was Harav Moshe Feinstein who explains that as far as the student is concerned, it's quite possible, and sometimes it's even even the student teacher can be a great success, and it's sometimes more effective at reaching the student than his master, his Rebbe, his teacher was. Rashi, however, is teaching us a very significant lesson in education by defining the essence of a Rav, the essence of a Rebbe, and by extension, indicating from whom we should learn. A true Rav, a true Rebbe, a true leader, is one who toils and suffers over the Torah, working that he will later expound and teach to others to perfection, exactly as Hashem transmitted it. He doesn't rely on his own acumen. He doesn't rely on his own opinions of what he feels might be right or might be better. Regardless of his brilliance, he labors to the point of suffering, leaving no stone unturned in his quest to understand the Torah fully as God had intended it to be understood. Scholarship does not mean everything. It is how one achieves that level of scholarship, which determines if he is an appropriate person to transmit Torah to others. There was a situation recently with me where I approached someone and asked him for some advice. I was struggling over with a particular passage and concept in the Shulchan Aruch, in the Code of Jewish Law, and I went to this person and I said, "Listen, you got like half an hour you can spend with me? I'm having a hard time here." And he was aghast. He says, why are you coming to me? Go to my father. He's the master. He's the one who knows this stuff. And that's true. His father was the one I normally should have gone to, but for me, I felt that his son would have been in a better position to give it over to me in a way that I would understand. And that sometimes happens. In certain cases, it's not that the student's better or more brilliant or more knowledgeable. Sometimes the student is just a better fit. But this struggling, working hard over the Torah, it's work. Avoda, work, also means service, also means worship. In Hebrew, a lot of times words do triple and quadruple duty. And keep this in mind. Someone who has devoted years, half of his life, all of his life, to Torah study and has really plumbed the depths, that's the person ideally to whom you should go, because he's learned it the right way and he's considered all the angles over the years, and he'll probably give it to you straight. Hopefully, there can always be someone that will be there for us. We live in a miraculous world of email and YouTube and Facebook and all of these lectures everywhere. And some teachers, some speakers are more accessible than others. And if you can find someone with whom you click, someone who's knowledgeable, try and take advantage. They might be able to give you some insight. And oftentimes, as soon as they say it, you smack your forehead and say, of course, obviously that's what it means, but it takes a person to put it in terms that's best for you. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back. Please watch. Please learn. And until next time, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.